Spine Text Pressing here, and we just finished up cleaning X-Men 239 from Paul in the 619. Now we're going to press it, so stay tuned! Alright, here we are, opening up the humidity chamber. See how the book looks. It looks great. Without question, the book is... it's kind of got a swollen look to it. Let's see if I can show you. If you see right down here, this bottom area right here, you can see how the interior pages just kind of buckled up, like they just kind of opened up. And it's difficult to see. Let's take the camera off. And there's just a little more waviness in the book. The book was much flatter before. And so I think this book has sufficient moisture now to go into the press. And as it goes into the press, what the press will do is it will cause that moisture to, I guess, vaporize into a gas, and it kind of locks the fibers of the cover into place. So here we go. We're going to put the book in the press, and it's going to run for about 15 minutes, and then I will stop the press and turn it off completely, and then let the book sit in the press for probably 24 hours. And then we should see a good result at the end. So we'll see how much of that bend we can remove. So again, it's difficult to see it. There it is. You can see the crease sort of runs. Yeah, there's that color breaking line running right there, and you can see the crease run right through it there. So that we're trying to get that bend out, and I am going to guess it's going to take maybe 3 presses for that to occur. Maybe not, but let's see. So here we go. Let's get it prepared and put it in the press. So here we have the press. We've got the press set to 160 degrees. Still a couple clicks away from that, and it's going to run for 15 minutes. And my press, I have 2 sheets of this aluminum sheet metal that I use, one for the bottom, one for the top. I probably will take this as one of my silicone sheets that I'll take out, the silicone release paper, and I'm going to close my press and just warm up this bottom plate for a little bit. So I'll run that for just a little bit, just a minute or so to warm that up, and then we'll get the book in there. All right, the book is in. What I do is I put a sheet of 65-pound cardstock underneath the cover, 65-pound cardstock underneath the back cover, and or inside the cover in the first page, and then in the center of the book you can use backer board, but I like to use a 100-pound cardstock. And let's put the top sheet on like so. All right, here we are. We're about to take the book out of the press. Very carefully. I believe I can do this one-handed. I'm going to lift the top plate and put it over here. There's the book so far. Let's take a look at it. Wow, I think I'm pretty happy with the first run. Wow. This turned out much better than I thought it would, to be honest with you. And let's move it over to the display area. Zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see how the book looks. All right, we've got it over on the display area. I'm going to take out the 65-pound piece of cardstock. I take out the center backer board. This was a 100-pound of cardstock, and then the bottom one will be another 65-pound cardstock. Now I use the 65-pound instead of, say, a normal backer board, because what you don't want is you don't want to compress the book too much. When you do that, it causes the staples to sink in, and that's something you don't want to occur. All right, the book itself really looks good. I do see the crease, the top crease. It's much improved. Um, I can see it kind of down in this area. It's very light. And then as you get up here where the color breaking is, it does appear to be a little deeper. And I can't really see based on the reflection of the light on the top one. I do think it needs a little bit more work, but all in all, I think the book, I'm really happy with the appearance of the book so far and the way it's taken to the press and the I think the moisture that we put in the book, it's definitely helped. Let's take a look at the back. The back had a lot of little bends. Oh man, looks much better. The back. I'm not happy with this area right down here. I'm looking at it. It looks like there's like a little bit of, I don't know, like I need to put a little bit of gloss. I did a lot of erasing down in that area. And what I use is I'll use a dryer sheet to kind of reestablish a little bit of gloss back in it. And just work at this for a while. I think this will help put a little bit of gloss back in the book. Both this area on the left, I wasn't happy with the way it was reflecting. It looked dull, and it's coming back now. I'm not sure what the dryer sheet does, but it just probably lays down a very small layer of wax, but it does improve the glossiness of the book. Okay, that area right there is just about perfect again, with a nice high gloss to it. And I think I'll do like a circular motion or a quick side-to-side motion. And this is just an unscented dryer sheet that I folded up so that there's no rough edges. That looks much better. Let's do this side as well. But the discolorations that were on the back definitely are gone. I see there's a little bit of spine. There's one really small spine stress line there that might be able to come out with the press, or not the press, with a tack iron. And all the way up, it looks really good. Staples look good. Book has a little bit of a roll to it. I think what will help the book quite a bit will be to press it with the top down, with this side up, facing up, and then maybe one more time with the top down. I'm not really happy with this area right in here. It kind of has like a little rippled look to it. So sometimes the bottom of the book, because even though I have the aluminum plates, the bottom of the book just doesn't quite get the right amount of temperature that you need, I think, for a good press. So I think with the book, with the bottom side, with this side up, I think it'll come out much better, and it'll also assist in cleaning up the front a little bit. Okay, both those sides look much better. When I look at them, I see a consistent gloss. I did a lot of eraser work down in here, and I think that, sometimes that it just compromises. It just kind of does a little bit of an effect, has a little bit of effect on the glossiness of the book. But I'm telling you, this dryer sheets are magic. Unscented dryer sheets are magic. They just put a nice gloss back in the book, and just helps to give the book a consistent sheen. So I don't know, I just like to go over it. I feel like it helps to bring out some of the colors in the book. But if you remember this side, this had a lot of issues. Right in here there was I think a little red discoloration, and then there was another one, I believe, right there. And then the bottom, you can still see where it was, but I think it's been improved so much that I think it's negligible. right in here, there was considerable ink stain, and I could work on it a little more, and I might do a little more work. I might throw the gloves on and do a little more work on that section there, and then throw it in the press again. But very happy with the back of the book. The back book looks great. Actually, the front I think looks pretty darn good too. I'm just surprised that that as much of the creasing on the front came up. So there were two deep creases, the larger ones here, but there was another one here. This one's gone completely. And yeah, this one's just really deep. It's just a deep crease right through. It's just this half of the book. And I think it's going to need some actual water applied straight to it for it to come back. Corners, this corner looks outstanding, so does this one. Even the top one, which I thought there was a little mini crush, looks better. This corner looks pretty good too in terms of how sharp it is. The issue with that one is just there's a little bit of color rub up there. But man, all in all, it looks pretty good, this book so far. So I'm going to apply, well, I'll work on that back side a little bit. I'm going to apply some moisture to the book, just using a Q-tip and some distilled water directly to the crease. And then it's possible that I might try putting I'm going to press it once with a 65-pound cardstock under the front cover. And I thought about maybe putting in the 100 pound. It just gives it a little bit more pressure, more, like more of a firm, what am I looking for? Kind of a firm base for the actual press itself to push down on, and the aluminum plate to kind of clamp on. But spine looks great on this book. Really looks nice. I do think there's a little bit of a spine roll, or maybe it was just the cut of this book. That could be it as well. But I don't know. Yeah, there's a little bit of a spine roll that goes. The book, it does look like it's off-centered. And I'm not sure what I can do. I'm gonna see if I can fix that or mitigate that a little bit as well. Hey, I sure do appreciate you making it this far. Stay tuned for part 4 of Paul and the 619's X-Men 239, where we really get down and dirty and try to press out those really deep creases on the cover. Thanks for being here, and as always, happy hunting!